Yo, welcome back to another daily January video. Today is day 11 out of 30, and the iPod's coming back, people. It's coming back. I have a few reasons to why I believe that people are going to be coming back to the iPod. The first one being it is a separate device that is not connected to the internet. And I feel like this is a main thing that people are looking for nowadays. Something as an escape from the internet, from connectivity. For me, throughout the last few months of using an iPod for music, I've really enjoyed just being able to plug in and have music on there that I enjoy and not have to worry about a notification popping up distracting me from all of it. The only thing I could really compare it to is like if you have an iPad, like that's really nice, and you can journal on an iPad, you can write, you can draw on an iPad, you can also surf the internet and all the other stuff, but compare that to journaling in a notebook, and I think you can immediately see why, like if you're using a notebook over an iPad, you'd be able to focus more. I know my thoughts are there. I can write down my thoughts. Nobody's gonna see them because there's no copy paste share function, and so it feels incredibly private, intimate, and just for me. And that's kind of how I feel about the iPod. The iPod is a personal thing. Just like how in a notebook you choose what goes into it, and then that is all it is. It doesn't connect to the internet. You can't load songs without having to connect it to the computer, and everything on the iPod is what it is. So unlike a streaming service where you could just pick one song that you like and play a radio off of it and basically go on a discovery, which is amazing. I love doing that. The iPod is a experience where you can't do that. The closest thing to an algorithm the iPod has is the shuffle function, and it's okay. I mean, it's kind of fun to see what comes up, but when you're using the iPod, it's all music that you do like because you paid for it. The thing is, people spend so much money on subscriptions nowadays. Let's go back to this last summer. Brat was probably the most listened to album of the summer, and that Brat album is $10 on the iTunes store. A subscription to Spotify is $12. If you just bought the Brat album and did that for a month, and then maybe Chappell Roan, and then maybe bought some Billie Eilish, and then maybe bought some Sabrina Carpenter, then you'd have the entire summer of music and you own it. Not just a subscription where once that subscription is over, you can't listen to that music anymore. I think that there's a point there with this where you get to curate a device that only has your music and will only have your music. And I think that that's something that people might enjoy having in an era where basically nothing is super personal. Everything is streamable, and it's really hard to define exactly what you listen to nowadays because there's so much to listen to. There's always music coming out, so you can't turn it off. There's always stuff coming. Using an iPod, then you just kind of have this one set of music, and if you can be happy with that, it actually feels really nice. Coming from someone who's happy with what I have. It's a lot of Black Eyed Peas. It's a lot of Bruno Major. Those things make me so happy, and I really enjoy it. And the final thing about why I think the iPod is coming back in 2025, the modding community with iPod and the content being made about iPods is rising rapidly. These things are about to trend hard, and I'm telling you that now. But like, I truly feel like if you don't have one of these, like the prices are going to skyrocket. So check out eBay. You can have Wi-Fi connection. You can actually get it modded so then you can have Spotify. I think that defeats the point. You can make these things into whatever. You can grab storage options up to like a terabyte that's an SSD, not a hard drive like this one has. And I just think that's incredible. This one is just a iPod 5th generation classic. It's not for everybody. Hey, if you have a wired set of headphones and you don't mind using them, it's super fun. You start purchasing songs, you own them forever. That feels really nice. You don't have subscription models. You can disconnect from the entire world and just still have some media to play. And I think that is an awesome reason to own one. So what do you think? Do you think that people are going to start picking up iPods like this and using them more often? I'd love to know your thoughts. This is a video that's a part of a daily challenge of mine in January. I don't normally talk about things like this, but the theme of this week is tech, and iPod is tech, and Chich like iPod. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below about your thoughts on the iPod. I will see you tomorrow because this is a daily challenge. See ya.